Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 Mod in Minecraft. Where today we're back in the mechanism area down here in the waste production or waste recycling destruction. We're down here where the waste is. Yeah. I'd say it's the bottom of the world, but we're still at like y equals 163, so I didn't feel like going all the way down. So here we are. But today we're actually going to be making plutonium and polonium pellets. That's what these two are going to be for. Boop, boop. Actually, oop, I almost destroyed the pipe. Come here, you. Boop. Should probably put these right here, just so that I can actually access them at any time. And I'm also going to need a switch somewhere, either on... Hey, give me my sword back. Either on that side or that side to actually switch between making plutonium or polonium, or both. Meh. But yes, so we're going to need two different machines. We're going to need the solar neutron activator, and we're going to need another isotopic. Oop, not you. You. We're going to need those two items. However, if you notice, this says solar. We're underground, where there's no sun. I didn't think about that when I brought it all down here. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna punch a hole in the ceiling on this side. Yeah, probably on this side, because we're gonna make a whole bunch of plutonium first, and then after a while we'll be making polonium, because we don't need as much plutonium. Yeah, these are literally all the recipes for it. So, but the polonium, it's got quite a few recipes. So we'll have this guy right here and this guy right here. And yeah, so I just need to go upstairs, find these coordinates, and I guess punch a hole in the ceiling. I mean, technically it'd be floor, but you know what I'm saying. Alrighty, here we are at the top at 18,504. So the solar should actually be right underneath me, but like almost 100 blocks down. It's like 90 something blocks. Didn't even realize it was that far down. But this isn't a bad location. Just gonna need to put some glass here, and I think I can actually even do some framed glass. Framed glass. Was that a framed tank? Glass. Okay, so I couldn't find a block that I a glass block, I should say, that I liked that would fit in with the concrete around it. But what I did find is these camo blocks that kind of look like Ditto from Pokemon. It's a little weird, but I like it. But what you can do with these guys is you can actually, as it says, craft together with a block. It just uses collision shape of the camoed block. So we can take a block of concrete, and now we have a camo block that's concrete, and we can actually use this with glass. So if we dig down just a little bit more and then do this and camo it with the camo block in our hands, we can still see it's glass, but without it, it looks like concrete. And I believe we're still getting... Oh. Ooh. 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 We're not getting any light. What, hang on. F3 is a terrible screen right now. Sky 15, right there. It says we're getting light. So all we have to do, really, is just keep digging down. And here we are down in layer. Okay, I should probably turn off that. But now with the solar neutron activator, which was actually placed down before, this should technically have access to the sky. Let me see, where is my shrinking? Whoop. Turn on my jetpack, and yeah, we should have access to the sky via that, and we can do the same thing right here, where we just take a camo and just do that, and it looks like nothing's there. I'm hoping this works. We'll find out here in a minute, but now we can take some tubes, pop those onto there and there, and then input in the back. I'll have to give this guy some energy from the bottom, and we want to use a point because our system is getting power from the actual mechanism reactor via points. So this guy's getting power there. This technically gets power from the sun. And we should now be able to switch. Yep, things are working. Hey, even this guy is working. And we're getting plutonium and polonium, so that is working. Thank you, ditto. You're welcome, brother. Well, I was just looking up what the next step to actually make the pellets is, and it's a pressurized reaction chamber, which that's pretty easy. And I did put in some upgrades here, but they both fill up. Like, they're already completely full. Fun. So I had to reroute everything over to the barrels to be disposed of. But if we go ahead and make a couple of these, there we go. We've got 2 pressurized reaction chambers. One to go there, one to go there. And it's already filled up with the respective sources. Good. But these are going to need power. They're going to need water. But most importantly, they're going to need fluorite dust. So I got to find a way to get fluorite dust over here so we can put it into here. So here's my thought. I do have power going into the ISO right through that point right there. So we can actually extract power from there with a laser node, put it up in there, and then transfer power over there and up into there, and we'll be all good. But then we can also use an ender chest from back in the... Oh, didn't realize my reach was that good. But yeah, we can use a ender chest linked to the overworld and have it sending fluorite just to this chest with no upgrades whatsoever, so it's just a basic ender chest. Have it extract the fluorite and send it up to these 2 guys, so that way it just goes up in here, and then we can put the polonium and plutonium, or switch that, reverse it, the plutonium and the polonium into their respective boxes. So if we do this guy, we're going to need an energy card. Extracting. We don't need an overclocker, but then we need to push energy up into this guy, and energy needs to be brought in. Brought in. Hello. I forgot that this guy does not like to play well with laser IO. For whatever reason, Flux Networks does not like laser IO. So I'm gonna have to find another way to do this. And the quick and dirty solution is just an ultimate energy cube placed in, sending power to there, and then sending power to this guy. So now these guys have all the power they want and need. But now we actually need to set up this guy. Now currently there's still nothing in the inner chest. I haven't gone to the overworld just yet. So we need to extract items from here, of course, overclock it, and then link this guy to you and to you. And then on the up, we need to insert. Over here, we need to insert. And then items on the bottom, input, correct. This guy should also be input on the bottom, correct. And fluids, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're all good there. So now once we go back to the overworld, we should see this all working, except that I'm stressed. I stress. So this should be ready to go, and then we can put it's not a tube, it's a logistical, yeah, ultimate logistical transport. Put that there and there. And then with the configurator, we can actually not do that. We want to pull from here and here, and then items, output the front, and output the front. All right. Let us go to the overworld and start putting some flukes dust into this chest. Okay, I misspoke. It's fluorite, not flukes. Flukes is something else entirely. But we are storing that only in the actual crystal form and not in actual dust form over here. We did have some in dust form, but it filled up my system, so I had to use my little system here to actually pull it out and start deleting it. And I mean, the number of times I have to clean out these drives, like half of them are already back up to yellow. It's fine. It's fine. Once they're all yellow, then I have to do things. Oh yeah, I forgot to fill this hole in. Yeah, that hole is from a certain wither escaping. So in between episodes of Lunar Bay, which spoilers, yeah, we had, you know, when I log out and I log into the game, every now and again the chamber that would, I don't remember what it's called right now, but the stasis chamber, it would lose power, and so the wither would, be like, "Ha, I'm free, I can do things," and it could start shooting. But then it was like, okay, well, actually, no. The stasis chamber would kick in just before the wither could do anything, but it still at some point did blow it up. So yeah, that's fun. But he did start going around and destroying things. Like, he obviously destroyed that little hole over there, but he put holes everywhere. Like, these are just holes I haven't cleaned up yet. And he was actually down here. Like, he was under the water and just in a cave attacking some random mobs that were spawning. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But he's been dispatched of, so we can continue on with other things. But I think all my channels up here are pretty well. Oh no, we're good. We're good. So I should be able to. Oh, 8 of 8, so I can't hook up there. But I can just send one through right here. And we'll just put a facade through. So, Actually, probably be easier to put it right there. We want, actually, no, wait. We kind of want to do this back over there on that platform, so never mind. Let's close this up. So down here over on the mechanism platform, I think, yeah, right here is the facade that I want to grab. Where is my, there you are. I think, yeah, it's this one. How are we doing? We got 4? Maybe, yeah, 4 channels. Good, 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 good. That means we're not gonna blow our system out if we do anything. So from here, smart cables, we actually want a crusher, not a cruiser, crusher, and we looks like we already got an advanced version. We want to take one of these guys. Apparently he had cobblestone in him. I don't know why. Go away. Actually, I think I know why. But either way, we are going to want to do that, and we want an exporter. We want to do this, put that there, hook him up into the system, and then fluorite. Nope. I will forever. I will always spell this wrong because I'm dyslexic, but fluorite, we want to export it into here, and then let's just do this. Eject on. We want to input from the left, and it should, yeah, it's gonna start populating, but let's get some acceleration cards. There we go. Now this guy is also going to want power, but it doesn't need much, so a gate is all we're going to need on here. Pop that bad boy. I said pop that bad boy. Oh, right. It doesn't have a way to connect, so let's actually put it on the top. There we go. And then we want to export into the ender chest, and it looks like it is actually going through. So let's speed this guy up. So energy upgrade, speed upgrade, and we should see, yep, it's kicking off, and it's being pulled out faster than I can see. So let's actually go back over to the other world. Now, what we should see is once we enter into here, thank you, elevator. Once we enter here, we should actually see stuff to our right. I thought we would see stuff. Fluorite's going in. Fluorite's going, oh, I'm dumb. It's good that we see the fluorite in here. It's good we see the polonium and the plutonium in. But I forgot one more very important thing. And that is the kitchen sink. Yeah, we need some water going in. So take a fluid card. Extract. Overclock this. And now I need access to that guy. Want to put water in there. And water in there. I actually don't mind the hum of those two. That actually sounds pretty nice. But let's close this back up. And we should, yeah. We got a plutonium pellet, and we got a polonium pellet. Awesome. Now, we just gotta wait for these to build up, and then we can actually start the real fun. I almost forgot, because, yep, I'm just dumb. This actually creates spent nuclear waste. And I believe if we just do this, put a barrel on the side, fluids, outputs, can't eject? Oh wait, is it a chemical? Auto eject on. Maybe I need a tube. If we grab a tube, put this guy here instead, do that. Yep, spent nuclear waste. I thought you could go into the side. Can we put you right here? Huh, it can only be put into the top. Interesting, interesting. Okay, you can actually use the sort of quartz wrench to do that. But we want to do this. And we just want to send all of the... You know what? Let's do this in a bit better, fancier way. I'll take care of the spent nuclear waste. You guys go have fun. I'll be right back. Well, I take back what I said earlier about getting to the fun part. Yeah, the next step would have been to actually start making the SPS, the supercritical phase shifter. Yeah, that was the cool thing because with this, you actually, nope, not that. You can actually make antimatter. This. Now, it says right there, made in a chemical oxidizer, but that's if you have pellets. But here it says supercritical phase shifter. This multi-block actually turns polonium into antimatter at a 1,000 to 1 ratio, which it's a lot. That's a lot. But we're making plenty. So the only issue is if we go back and look at the SPS, which I should probably just put those over here for now. It requires polonium. We got that. Plutonium. We got that. HDPE. We don't got that. These sheets are made from enriching HDPE pellets. And those pellets are from substrate, oxygen, and some form of... Oh, no, it is ethane. Okay. I thought it was going to just be like oxygen and maybe water. But no, we actually need ethane. But substrate is made from biofuel or from another substrate. But biofuel is going to be the easiest. And nope, we want that one. No, yeah, this one. Biofuel is made from crushing organic matter. So, yeah. We need to make biofuel first in order to make the HDPE sheets, or first the pellets. So that's on the list. That's on the list. But then oxygen is easy to make. Liquid ethene. How do we make this? From ethene. How do we get that? Okay, liquid ethene. Okay, I was confused for a second, but I figured it out. To get ethene, we actually get that from the process of making substrate. So what we're gonna end up having to do is when we make the substrate, we're also gonna get the ethene, but the substrate's gonna have to go into a chest or a drawer with a void upgrade on it. So that way we can continuously just make the ethene, and when the ethene backs up, then we'll be fine. So hydrogen, that's also easy to make, and this is where the water comes in. So yeah, let me get those parts, and we'll take it over to the mechanism platform structure. We'll go over there. Alrighty. If I've got this correctly, this is what our setup is gonna look like. So we are going to be making the biofuel using the crusher, obviously, but we are going to be using, I think it's this one. Yeah, melons. Melons give us 6 biofuel. So that's what I got set up here. This guy's full of melons. I'm exporting them here, and if they're not in stock, I just simply craft them using nature essence. Thank you, Mystical Agriculture. So they'll create those. Once the biofuel is created, it'll then go over here to this guy. This guy's already got a little bit of hydrogen in it from that guy back there, but I'll explain that. So this guy will receive water and hydrogen to make the substrate. From there, it'll pass over here, go into this frame drawer. The substrate will then, sit in there for a second and then go up, out, and into this pressurized reaction chamber, or I should call it just a PRC, where it will receive the ethene and it's receiving oxygen to make the actual HDPE pellet. Which, from there, the pellet will then come over here to this guy to make sheets. And then it gets imported back into the system right here, and then we'll have a slot over there for it to store. But also back here, besides the export and import, we have a sink to provide this with water. We have this guy, which is not actually pulling water. We actually have an import bus doing, or export bus doing that. It's giving this guy water, which will then separate it into the hydrogen and oxygen, and we got it going into these tanks because we just need that constantly running. So, but these guys are dumping excess if this ever does fill up. So yeah, we're fine there. But then the sink pulls water in there. Oh yeah, I already said that. We just need to feed this guy power, and really we just need to feed all of this power, and it's ready to go. So let's come back here behind this guy, feed all those power, feed this guy some power, and we should see hydrogen's going up, oxygen's going up. We're making the biofuel, but it's not. Ow, oh. Oop. There we go. Yep, see, look at it go. So it's making it. The ethene is not coming out. Why is the ethene not coming out? Okay, I got it figured out. I'm a little dumb. I forgot that the pellet actually requires liquid ethene. So all I did was I rerouted the chemical of the regular ethene to go down into a rotary condensator and then up into here. So we are now making HDPE pellets, and it's not going anywhere because this guy is, yeah, he's not accepting anything from the sides. So we do that. And there we go. Yeah, he has upgrades. I don't know why it was taking so long. But then all of these should start getting sucked up from the back. Output. Yep. Oh, eject on. Okay, yeah. It is taking it, I believe. HDPE. Yep, it is going into the system. Just very slowly. So acceleration cards. And there we go. Yep. We now have HDPE sheets all processing up. So now we can actually start making the SPS casings and the actual SPS. But that is gonna have to wait for next time because we're basically all out of time. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know I had fun doing it. I'm sorry the video is going to be a little late. Like, yeah, I'm finishing recording literally the day it's supposed to go out. So, my bad. But This should go out on Friday instead, just so I can keep 2 a week. But I will see you all in the next episode. Bye, y'all.